comes your way after this.
Oh my God! It actually.
Will you marry me? Really?
Is that so silly? Oh my goodness.
Oh, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Online will give you a free pizza to use in the future.
With Rich McKay and Terry.
Hey, you gotta watch this. I'm watching. Oh, I'm watching. You might be Now let's consider another wild night.
Heat hosting the Hawks.
The all-day, everyday pant by Public Rec.
Heat hosting
more comfortable than jeans, more stylish than sweats. With the all-day, everyday pant, you can choose your waist and length sizes to guarantee a perfect fit. Now comfort looks good.
All right, like the digs.
I don't know if I can do the dip thing.
What legacy meant to me before I had kids was what kind of football player are they going to remember? When you have kids, that changes.
That's when we said, okay, we need to have this conversation. What's to happen if something were to happen to us?
Having a trust, having a will, really button up the process for whoever is continuing on our legacy.
Knowing that my loved ones, my husband and my daughters are taken care of, it was a huge relief.
Create your estate plan at trustandwill.com.
Do you have a box of videotapes, film reels, or photos that are degrading? Legacy Box professionally converts them to DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud. Legacy Box is simple and safe, with over 1 million satisfied customers. Visit legacybox.com.
Back in Richmond, Virginia, it is the Rams 36, the Billikens 26, as we welcome you back inside the Siegel Center, everyone, on this Atlantic 10 Friday night showcase matchup. Mike Corey, Dallin Cuff. Pretty good job by the Rams to close out that first half. They're up by 10, largest of the game. What did you see there, partner?
Yeah, St. Louis started strong. Rams closed out the half, though. The last 10 minutes was all them. And Joe Bamisile, we talked about him. He'd come into this game looking to get up shots, looking to affect the game. That's exactly what he did. He's got 11 points in 12 minutes of play, and some of them were big baskets. He comes right in quick. You go under the screen, knocks down the triple. Great job here. Gibson Jimerson trying to force it. Lawal with the steal up to Bamisile. This sent the crowd going. They end up going into the break up 10. And a big part of that was defensively. They were able to clean up some mistakes defensively. Guys getting in the lane, but they got 6 blocks. They're third in the league right now with just over 5 blocks a game. But Toby Lawal's got 3 of them, and they're highlight level blocks that were erased.
Where do you go here if you're St. Louis? I mean, Jimerson, I mean, you know you can get Parker on some drives. You even thought, you know, Ezewaro, you know, an option. I mean, what do we got here?
Those are the 3. Ezewaro, they ran a set for him early, and he got a nice post touch and finish. They got him one later in the half. He drifted too far. He left the block. He was there to put it. He held his position to catch it and lay it in. Parker got into the game and helped to turn things around. He's got to look to be aggressive, but Jimerson can't force it. Got to look to pick his spots. I like this out of the timeout, out of the halftime. They go 2-3 zone. They're going to mix in some zones, the Bills are, and trying to make the Rams work out of it. Nowhere 11. Fouling three-point shooters not once but twice in the second half.
Here's Nelson.
That's the kind of stuff that'll get you beat on the road.
He started the game scoring the first 6 points of the game for the Rams.
14 of 21 from the free
since.
throw line.
Bairstow been held in check. 2 points, 1 of 4 from the field, 2 to shoot. And that's a shot clock violation.
That's a good defensive possession. Good communication. They also got in there, batted down one of the handoffs, threw up the timing. And this is great execution. The driving right down the lane line, just too easy. Everybody's staring at the ball. Kwani playing behind the zone. Here's the same kind, similar action, but it's Hargrove and Jim are still on that side.
Now it's Hughes. Foul on Bairstow. That's his second. And then on the other side for VCU, you had all 5 starters who have scored. Everybody off the bench has scored, so 9 guys in action tonight. Everybody.
Stepped out of bounds there. Good defense by Kwani on ball.
Here's Christian Furman. Bairstow for 3.
Leave running behind. The turbocharged Volkswagen Atlas does life beautifully.
2 for 12 on the season, and he's taking 2 today.
This season, you'll have to earn your place on one of our teams.
Not everyone will make it.
We need the best. It's like gladiators
Hughes
out there.
step back 3. Oh, that's big. They knew that.
Hughes was second, looking like daddy right there.
I've changed every day for 20 years. It's my morning routine, and it gets me ready for my day. But at over $4 a blade, shaving every day gets expensive. Then my barber told me about Harry.
That's the first
Harry's
point of the
5-blade
night.
razor offers me a close,
Leonard
comfortable
Hughes
shave.
Jr.
It has all the
It's a
features I
7-point
love.
game.
Best part, refills are as low as $2
Nelson.
each. Half of what I paid for. You want a premium shave without the premium price tag?
Whistles are all
Give
over
Harry's
it on the floor.
Go to
Harrys.com/shave
to claim your
$7 continuation, but it was clear that it was before the shot. Headley with his 3rd personal foul for St. Louis.
We actually have the exact same angle as Roger Ayers here. I think it's the right call on the ground, but before he's in the shooting motion, the chest come out and make contact. That's the foul. And it's a good call, I think, and unfortunate for Nelson.
Then their system will see if you're qualified.
But good drive.
Give it a second to find the best deals, and boom! Look at that. 87 cents for each 100 milligram tablet. For prescription
Trigger off the
shipping of
inbounds.
Go to
Never in balance. He's
getfridayplans.com.
a line drive. Again, you don't necessarily need that shot right now. That's been his day to this point, but he can shot fake it and get in the lane there. Shot fake, maybe get back and have a little fly-ball situation. He's stroke.
And in the Big 12, USC faces Arizona State at 2. It all tips off tomorrow on Fox. Ed Cooley and Georgetown holding a 64-59 advantage over Xavier. Let's go inside the Hoyas huddle.
This is a winnable game. You have to be disciplined, right? When you touch the paint, look for the kick out. We got to stay connected and verbalize what we're doing. All they're doing is going to us. All they're doing is in transition. When they play against a set defense, no way. You got to be the
Hughes looking for Hargrove. He's got it on the block against Kwani. Furman tapped it to his teammate, and it's Nelson.
Talk about discipline. The discipline to not foul three-point shooters. The discipline to sprint back in transition, stop the ball, get communicated,
but he just
get sorted out, get matched up. All that falls under that discipline umbrella. Georgetown has done a good job building a lead, but long way from home here with just under 12 minutes left. That's great stuff, though, from Ed Cooley in the huddle.
I made one promise to Ed Cooley at Tudor to say hello to his kids, Isaiah and Olivia here tonight. I know they're watching.
Yes.
Now my duties are done.
You fulfilled them. I love it.
64-59, 11 and a half left to play in this one. Epps has had his way in the second half. 14 points in the second half, but he turns it over. Off and running. Oliveri gets some air on that one.
little bit of a collision.
Pass.
I think he ran into Brent Hampton at the end, and so Brent Hampton called an official's timeout just to make sure that he was okay.
I didn't know Oliveri had it like this. And then look, the bottom of your screen, the top of your screen now, just a collision.
Clock started before the ball went in play.
I think let's go to the monitor.
Great catch. That's what he said.
You're right.
Excessive and
but I like this. The hard road turning to Sky's like, yo, come help. Like,
Two shots
this is
in
a
the
problem
ball.
here. We're inbounding. We can't move. It's a stationary inbound pass in a corner. It's never easy to do that.
To make sure. I
love the call by Ryan out in the press.
You know, making sure that the student athletes and the players are okay. And thank goodness he is. Oliveri with the highlight of the night here so far. And a 3-point edge here for Georgetown. Xavier is closing in.
Well, and what was it? It was transition again for Xavier.
Early part of the second half. 3.5 minutes gone by. Right, here comes the trap.
Fighting to catch it there.
Position against Supreme
Court. That's going to be called.
And I'll tell you what's important. That's the third foul already on VCU in just over 3 minutes.
We had
and again, a St. Louis team that's struggling to score. If they can get themselves into the bonus.
Here throughout this game.
And they're a pretty good free throw shooting team
with
at
their
72.
post players. Heath has been quiet. He had 4 big 3-pointers in the first half. And Xavier retains a chance to tie with a 3-pointer on this possession.
Transition again. Much better job getting sorted out.
We've had no ties and no lead changes. If you can believe it, here tonight, Georgetown has led the entire way.
You can't get stagnant, but Epps has really had it rolling. You got to let him make a lot of decisions here.
Post move, strong move, and the finish.
He made a tough one on the step back three that was questionable.
Good call from the baseline, sensing a mismatch and drawing up a post up for Supreme Cook.
There's McKnight. He's a guard, but he's not afraid of contact. Body bucket and one. Davion McKnight playing post player on that position.
Just a strong point guard is Davion McKnight. Just putting Wayne Bristol underneath the rim, going through his arms, looking for 3 the hard way. That is just holy ball from your point guard, Davion McKnight.
One of the first things that you notice if you turn on a Xavier game, just how strong he is with his upper body strength. He's coming off of tying a Xavier career high where he put up 20 points in the last game against Butler. It's a 2-point game. A 3-look, not there. Cook gives him another opportunity. The kick out to Styles. And the repost from Cook. Against Usman, but he loses it. McDaniel on the deck. That's going to be number 4 against Supreme Cook.
That's a great job digging on the post. Trey Green, when a postman puts it down, you can go get it quick. Pokes it free. Good job by Davion McKnight to dive on it first to the floor. And big sequence as Cook picks up a foul. And now Xavier into the bonus.
Double bonus.
The double bonus, excuse me.
With 10 minutes left, Xavier sitting in the double bonus. McKnight now with 14 points. You see the foul. When you're in double bonus, you got to have guys in foul trouble. And here's your list.
Those things add up, right?
Forward to filing taxes. Tax Act doesn't even look forward.
First tie of the ball game. 66 all.
Listen to this crowd.
Fielder with the handoff to Epps. That hesitation move. He's got that shot to go, but not that time. Xavier now with a chance to take its first lead of the game. McKnight moved the ball over from the corner. It's the freshman Green out there.
Well, that's how fast Xavier can push it and find threes, though.
Epps again, the penetration, the kick out, working around. Fielder for 3.
It's a good shot, though. Can Georgetown play defense without fouling?
Trey Green gets another look from up top. And Green, the freshman, gives Xavier its first lead of the game. Part of an 8-0 run. Heath looks to tie it. And Green commits the foul, his second. So 3 free throws coming up for Jay Heath. Green with the foul on this defensive possession, but the big shot on the previous offensive possession.
He had been cold all game over, but I told you, he's going to stay confident. He was the Peach Jam MVP in the AAU circuit. That's a big-time accolade to put on your resume, so he's got game. He had 23 points at Providence. He is a confident player, hit a big 3, Trey Green.
Well, Heath with 3 free throws, though, has a chance to tie it here at the foul line. Trey Green, you mentioned he's a 4-star prospect, went to the same high school as Paul Scruggs. The fan favorites here at Xavier. That was his first 3-pointer. He's hit at least 1 3-pointer now in 13 games in his freshman year.
He can really shoot it.
And you can tell the confidence, too, of Sean Miller to put a freshman in the backcourt when you have other backcourt choices in your starters, but to put him in these minutes, in crucial minutes. Jay Heath, you see his averages playing above his averages here tonight. He's got a season-high 18 now after those 3 free throws to tie it at 69. Oliveri, jump stop, and the finger roll finish.
How pretty is that? Little hop step, hitting the seam. More than just a 3-point shooter. Quincy Oliveri.
24 points. He averages about 17 or 18 per. Epps drawing the foul against McKnight. And that's the 3rd on McKnight.
Well, Quincy Oliveri, great anticipation of where the seam was going to come from. They ice that ball screen. He hits the seam, steps through the hedge man down below. Easy layup. It's just pretty offense.
Yeah. He's got his left arm in his back right there. Easy ball.
Jaden Epps, a 76% free throw shooter coming into tonight.
And Xavier's tried a lot of different looks with Epps. They've tried some zone, they've tried drop coverage, they've tried switching ball screens. Haven't had an answer for this guy who's had a whale of a game here. Almost a double-double for Epps.
Second in the Big East in scoring. After tonight, he might be first in the Big East in scoring. Averages 18 per, but he's got 25 points here tonight. Again tied at 71. Boy, for a game that didn't have any ties until the last few minutes, we've got about 3 ties and sequences back and forth. Trey Green, once again, in and out.
7 years ago. That's a tough one. I mean, you like confidence, you want him to be aggressive. But that's a 23-foot step back over a 6'9", 4-man in Masood.
He's coming in looking to get shots up. A good rebound.
Heath comes up to get it. Over to Masood for 3. Second chance opportunity. There's a bench player, your reserve, Wayne Bristol Jr. with the bucket.
Great play.
Staff about the wall and his ability to jump and his athleticism.
Coming off the bench and crashing the glass. That's a winning play from Bristol Jr.
Xavier calls a timeout. They've got 1 remaining here in the game. Boy, it's been something at Cintas Center. The Xavier fans got here early, about 3.5 hours before tip, and they're not being disappointed with this competition tonight.
At Jersey Mike's, they slice your sub right in front of you. Watching that always takes me to my happy place. Wait a minute. Jersey Mike's is my happy place. Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
What you looking at, babe?
Cars on cars.com.
What's wrong with this one?
I just got promoted, so I'm looking for something more.
Ciao. 2 million cars, 2 million possibilities. Cars.com. Where to next?
My dad was a farmer. The guy was bigger than life. He wasn't someone that liked to show his emotion or liked to show when he was struggling, but we all struggle. I want to show emotion to my kids. It's something that brings me so much joy, and I want them to see me working through things. Allow your kids to know that it's okay to struggle, that even dad doesn't know the answer sometimes, but we're going to figure it out together.
I think they go back to this two-man game. Here you go with Ezewaro, and they were not on the
Nice
same
call,
page.
Corona,
Jamison
right
Shepard was
here.
trying to set a screen on it for
Nice
Ezewaro.
pass.
Dribbled the
Nice
ball.
catch. That's
Out of sorts here with 4 in the shot clock. 3, Meadows.
Rush cut lines here.
Tapped around.
Nice call, Corona.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly grill your hot subs right in front of you. You can't get that smell anywhere else, unless you have one of these. Don't mind me. Take the sizzle to go. Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
The beverages that drove the world. Beer, wine, spirits, tea, coffee, and soda. Start with a bang. Mix in some superstar power and turn up mix.
That was tough. I thought Jamerson from the back pushing at him was more problematic.
That's the Great American Race. The Daytona 500, February 18th. And don't miss the Clash, February 4th on Fox.
Two of the best scorers in the Big East, not disappointing here tonight. F's numbers, Barry's numbers. We go inside the huddle for Sean Miller and Xavier Musketeers.
This is where Ezewaro's got to develop. He played at LSU, hardly got minutes. Georgetown was his next stop. Got very few minutes. He's got to be a guy they need to count on to play. He's got to be locked in all the time. He was taking a switch there, a little miscommunicated there. Taking a switch on the other team's best player. You got to square him up.
You want to get out of the way, you lose. Meaning you want to shy away from contact. You don't want to guard the ball. You don't want to block out.
But then you give a ticky-tack foul.
You are going to lose. It's a man that understands the Big East at a high level, sending the message to his group in his final 7 minutes and 28 seconds, because the reality is, other than Desmond Claude, all these dudes, this is their maiden voyage into the Big East. And this is an old-fashioned Big East brawl we got going on Friday night. That's pretty cool from Sean Miller.
Both of these, the huddle access has been spectacular here tonight. I don't care if Xavier and Georgetown are playing in any more of the games on Fox. Can we just have these head coaches do our huddles? Access coming out of the timeout.
There was some false motion there.
Oliveri responds to the big moment. 27, he has risen to the challenge.
Can't get pushed away from his body at all. Down screens, handoffs.
And Massoud back with the other answer for Georgetown.
Pretty good X's and O's both ways, manufacturing three-point jump shot opportunities. Not only are they good in the huddle, they're good with their dry erase board too.
76 to 74. You get a three, I'll respond with a three. Usman looking for some help.
These just ain't attached to these shooters.
Claude's pass is deflected by Massoud. Georgetown will take its time to bring it across.
You got to play South Carolina next. I'm sure they're looking ahead of it.
8 turnovers for Xavier, 10 for Georgetown. Eve looking to cross over, pulls it back from straight away.
She's going to wear. It's so awesome.
Oliveri, kick out. McKnight, that changes speed. Both these guards been turned away and poked from behind. Epps did that defensive duty. And there's a finish, a monstrous finish for Styles. Inside for Georgetown.
What a sequence from Epps. Ran Oliveri off the three-point line, poked it free, and then dropped it to his running mate Styles to dunk it in style.
Epps now has his first career double-double, his 10th assist on that play, 25 points.
Guess what? It's back. It's awesome.
And a double-double for Styles, too. Tough two to get for Claude.
There you go.
A great shot fake to free himself up underneath the basket. Just watch away from the ball with Heath and then Epps.
Be the guy for them right now.
Those guys running off screens. Here comes Heath.
Can kick it out and give up a contested three. Outside of Jimerson, you can help out the guys in this line.
It's an 8-point game.
Jab stop for Styles, who will penetrate and pull. Gets that bounce. The Cintas Center bounce here for the away team, 80 to 76 for Georgetown. Dalen Swain not not scared of the contact there, going right at him.
What Sean Miller say? You get out of the way, you lose. Well, Dalen Swain saying, get out of my way. That is a freshman making a grown man drive to the basket. Don't shy away from that contact. Go right through it. And a chance for a three-point play. Wow.
And Massoud now with 4 personal fouls. Fielder with 4. Massoud with 4. Cook with 4 on the Georgetown side. Swain converts. It's a 1-point game.
This my touchdown is just an 8-0 block.
Epps steps it back, clutch. Jaden Epps is having himself a game.
What a spectacular individual offensive move.
Dots, sensational season pretzels.
28 points, 50% from the field, 10 assists, his first double-double of his career.
That doesn't count.
Oliveri gives it up to McKnight. McKnight spins and McKinney draws the contact. It'll go against Jay Heath, his second.
Well, watch McKnight. He's going to try to force Epps away from that ball screen. And Epps does a nice job. Good hard drive and that good, almost hardened type of step back to create the separation. All the way to that elbow, back to that three-point line. That's tough to guard. Good offense beats good defense. That was really good offense.
Jaden Epps' career high, 34 he got against Jackson State earlier this year. In fact, that is tied with Oliveri and Eric Dixon for most points scored in a single game in the Big East this year.
Well, if you haven't watched Epps play, this is what he can do.
It has always been a dream for me to design.
You mentioned the 34-point performance. I mean,
together these wings are a perfect pair. Bound together.
Come back for Xavier. They got an opportunity.
They are the most powerful.
So Epps has got the rock now. He's got 3 games of 30 or more, so he can score.
Got a Lawrence look. Xavier worked on this at the shoot-around. And Epps feeds Styles, who sinks it from about 16 feet out.
Back-to-back mid-range jumpers for Styles.
Baseline take, not there. And the putback is good. Second chance points for Xavier. And they'll call a timeout.
Some people just know that the best rate
the Musketeers now out of timeouts. That's their last one. We got 3:32 left to play. A good old Big East showdown on this Friday night on FS1.
And you're definitely not doing it.
Christian McCaffrey leads the Niners as they begin their road to a title, while Jordan Love and the Packers look to keep their incredible run alive. The NFC Divisional Playoffs, Saturday at 7:30 Eastern on Fox.
Saturday on Fox. Tyler Kolek meets Marquette against St. John. Then USC battles Arizona State. It all begins Saturday at noon Eastern on Fox.
They also beat Princeton.
Hey, get away! 10 years ago, we invented the Ring Video Doorbell for moments like these.
You found your wallet.
And Ring security cameras for moments like these.
Where are you?
So the problem right now is
With Ring, you're always home. Learn more at ring.com.
Right now, get a free footlong at Subway. Like the new Daily Heroes. Buy 1 footlong in the app, get 1 free.
It's a pretty big deal.
Kinda like me. Order in the Subway app today.
Electricity in the building because this is the big one. This is the Big East, folks. Nothing's going to be easy. Sold out Madison Square Garden, the mecca of basketball. Listen to this building. It's absolutely rocking. Cross court, jagged it down. Big fella. Champion of the Big East tournament.
They wanted Parker to try to make a play, but he chose the wrong time. Jimmer's up there.
Just a few will take you out to Madison. AJ Store and number 11 Wisconsin hosting Indiana. Tuesday, the Badgers dropped their first Big Ten game of the season, but they still sit in first That's next, but for now, back to Lisa Nick and a fun one at Xavier.
It certainly is, Rob Stone. Thank you very much. You look at the game summary, and both teams are playing to their strengths. 11 three-pointers made for Georgetown, and fast break points tipping towards Xavier's way. And you're also playing to a strength by the name of Jaden Epps with his first career double-double tonight.
He's been spectacular all night long. In the second half, he had a paint mentality, getting to the rim, and he started the game distributing, and in the second half, he's done a good job scoring the basketball. A couple of shots at the rim, and then there, a nice little step-back three. Epps has had the answer all night long. And the thing we probably haven't talked about enough is how well Georgetown is screened. Whether it's down screens, on-ball screens. The Hoyas have done a good enough job head-hunting and getting a piece of the Musketeers to free up Epps, Heath, Masood, Styles. Doing a nice job.
Interesting. As we go to break, I mentioned that Sean Miller called his final timeout. So we'll see if that comes into play. Still a lot of basketball to be played with 3:32 left.
You see if Sean Miller's got some sort of wrinkle up his sleeve defensively with guarding these Hoya guards.
Epps out of that timeout. The putback, the one-hander is good for Cook.
Just slip out of that ball screen to get Epps ahead of steam, but you don't rotate and rebound.
Parker's got 12 points.
And now some zone from the Hoyas.
Local product too. Richmond
got to find Oliveri and make sure he doesn't get one up.
Almost a double-double here again tonight for Supreme Cook, coming off a double-double against UConn. Pick and roll finish for Claude.
Right here from in town, Hargrove lost at local St. Christopher's and then went to Montverde Academy in Florida.
A little switch got Claude now on Jaden Epps. A little more size on him.
Pharmacy store here at VCU.
4 double-figure scores for each of these teams, Georgetown and Xavier. 2.5 to play. Georgetown has been taking its time in the last couple of half-court sets. And Styles trying to draw a foul. It'll be Georgetown basketball with 7 seconds left on the shot clock.
A little rotation rebound from Cook.
Getting himself to the 10.
Coming out of the baseline, out of bounds. Styles with the miss. Oliveri with the key rebound.
Body's coming out. He could have got fouled there, but then he gets himself to the ball.
McKnight so good at being able to turn the corner. Strength paying off for him, and McKnight's got 18 points.
He just took that thing under his arm like he was a running back.
Texas.
And hit that lane line and got all the way to the rim. Watch, he's going to tuck it underneath his left arm. Is that 7 points of pressure as a running back, and he protects it with his strength for the finish. Man, this guy, strength is the name of his game. The Western Kentucky transfer is strong, and he's good in the open floor, attacking that rim. That's where Xavier's been at their best, in large part because that's where Davion McKnight's been at his best. He knows where the weight room is, and it's helping him here on a Friday night in the Big East.
Georgetown calls a timeout, so Ed Cooley has 1 timeout left, and against Xavier without the timeouts, we've talked about that. It'll be Hoyas basketball. The 87 points is now tied for the most points given up by a Xavier defense. Remember, Delaware got him for at least 87 here at Cintas Center as well.
So we'll see matchup-wise what Xavier wants to do. It's been McKnight that's guarded Epps most of the game. Now Claude switching on to him. Can Claude accept the challenge? Because you know Epps is going to attack.
Good post feed. Cook's in trouble, though, and a reach in. And the foul against Usman.
I mean, Houston's established
what a great catch, Lisa, just pursuing the post entry. As it got both free and just sticking with it to grab it and go up from Supreme Cook, who's not a good free throw shooter.
Usman's 4th personal foul. So the big guys in this game on both sides getting into foul trouble, just hanging on with their eligibility. Cook, how about that?
A history there and some good players. He went out and got. They're competing at a high level.
Switched it, 57% from the floor, from the free throw line, and he hits a big one.
I mean, they almost knocked out that Duke team in 2019 until they inches away from taking Zion.
Ed Cooley, Sean Miller. A chess match between these two head coaches.
Stepping up, knocking down your free throws. I like man-to-man from Georgetown over zone, and that looks like what the Hoyas are in here.
Georgetown, by the way, 18 of 19 from the free throw line. Inside 2 minutes left to play. Claude's going to take it left side, high, arcing shot off the glass. It rattles home. 17 for Claude. Let the shot clock wind down and let Epps go to work. Claude with a personal foul, his second. It'll send Epps to the free throw line, where he's a perfect 9 for 9 from the foul line.
Well, let's start with the good from Claude. The drive through the contact and getting two off the window. And then you wait and salt the clock away, and then you just get no control and foul Epps.
Makes good on that. You saw Ed Cooley put his hand up on that offensive possession to slow down this Georgetown offense. Clearly, there were no rush to take a shot.
No,
salt away the shot clock and then put it in the hands of that guy.
Kind of started to do that around the 3-minute mark. Started to play the clock.
Heck of a deal. $1.99, son.
91 to 88, and Epps is a perfect 11 for 11 from the foul line. Time is not on Xavier's side.
Now some zone. Rebounding in the middle of the floor has been challenging.
Claude makes the move left side, and again cuts the lead to 1.
Who's going to get a stop?
They've made their move with about 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Here goes Epps once again. Epps left side. Rims out. A chance for Xavier to take the lead.
Got numbers.
Oliveri. Over to Claude. Into the corner. Pump fake for Swain. Swain with the finish. A thunderous dunk to give Xavier the advantage.
For everyone who's endured the bad seat, sweet redemption. From Lexus TX. Three-row luxury that treats every seat
Well, Lisa,
like the best seat.
Epps fell on his drive, which created the transition opportunity in a scramble situation. Good shot fake from Swain, and a heck of a finish through traffic for the freshman to take the lead. Xavier's best offense has been in the open floor in transition, and they find some offense with Swain rocking the rim to take the lead.
These young players get older by the minute, get more mature by the minute. And Dalen Swain with one of the most important plays for Xavier here tonight down the stretch. Swain with 7 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Georgetown has only won in
Head coach Ryan
this building at Xavier back on this very day, but back on January 19th, 2016. Trey Campbell scored a career high that night, 21 points, led the Hoyas to an 81-75 win over then-ranked number 5 Xavier Musketeer team.
Basketball Writers Association Most Courageous Award winners, and you see them both there down in Houston last year. Terrence Hargrove, who spoke up for mental health and his struggles and what he's gone through, and has such a great attitude and work ethic and look on life. And the same thing with Connor Onum, who had to deal with an extreme case of OCD way back in 7th grade. And it was him and his father Ryan, his wife Lucia, and his other brother Owen. They had to go to Nashville a couple of times back in the day for treatments there in an outpatient center for 8 to 12 weeks at a time. And he still has to work through it. But Ryan Odom today, when you and I talked to him, Dallin, was very encouraged and said, hey, he's doing a great job, and it means a lot to them. That family's been through a lot, and we always wish them the best.
100%. I thought Coach Odom was interesting and very honest assessment of saying at times there's an element of like, why do I have to deal with this? These other people have to deal with this, and be able to talk about it is hard. But for Connor to step forward and share that story, because there's so many people struggling with whether it's OCD or just other mental health issues, as Terrence Hargrove spoke about. Really credit to these young willing to help them through theirs too.
Right, it's helping so many others, you know. When you they're able to talk about it. They're in the limelight. They're in public. You know, maybe I can get some help with whatever you're working on or struggling with as well. So, congrats to both of them on those awards. Timeout Richmond. Under 8 to go. We'll be back.
I'm bougie. I'm like $7 bougie.
The all-new $7 deal lovers menu at Pizza Hut. Choose your $7 faves 7 days a week.
Because it's only a deal if you love it.
No one out-pizzas the Hut.
When you have a history of greatness, the real challenge starts after the finish line. When victory alone isn't enough, you raise your bar, keep dreaming, and go beyond the limits of what you ever thought possible. The new 2024 Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot, part of our most rugged trail sport lineup yet. From Honda.
We love our house.
Great location, quiet street.
The garage is a bit of a black hole.
Yeah, everything disappears like.
She'll be back.
Hun, we gotta clean this place out.
See my winter coat in there? You can't hear me.
Ugh, that coat is hideous. Oh, my summer jams mix.
At least Geico makes bundling a home and car insurance easy. Saves us a ton. You find my box of cords?
Okay, honey, throw me the hose.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Kirby.
The Atlantic 10 Conference, where basketball legends are made, where the brightest stars showcase their skills and compete at the highest level. With 109 postseason appearances over 20 years, the A10 embodies the spirit of competition. Beyond athletics, the conference sets the standard for excellence in both sports and academics, celebrating the relentless pursuit of victory on and off the court. In the A10, greatness has no limits.
The future. The way you see it is said to depend on where you sit. At X-Chair, we think it also gets down to how you sit, which is why our technology is light years ahead. X-Chair has done it again with our groundbreaking ELEMAX technology, providing hours of infinite comfort no matter where in the world you're sitting. By synthesizing the universe's elements, bringing hot, cold, and touch into one extraordinary seating experience, our mission is to help you discover that every workday can happen with body and mind in an out-of-this-world place of comfort and productivity. X-Chair is charting a new course, helping workers everywhere find comfort as their work worlds zoom back and forth. Even though your work reality may continue to shift, we've got our eye on the future of work, so you can focus on the present. And from where we sit, the future.
All right, sit down. You got all this time tomorrow. You're going to be here on your couch watching games.
I want to see Bama, Tennessee, two of the best offensive teams in the country, 2 o'clock on ESPN2. Outstanding must-see game of the weekend. Underdog pick. We're promoting our company's games, but the real one is Seton Hall getting 2 points at home.
There you go.
Leave that alone. But FSU, who's won 5 straight, taking on Clemson, a Clemson team that's lost 4 or 5. Rocky, they're getting a couple points at home. I like the Noles there. Buying stock. Everybody's already bought stock in Kentucky. This was just a chance to talk about them in case people are tuning in, turning from football to basketball. If you have not seen the Cats play, they are the most entertaining team in college basketball. They make threes. They play at pace. They are fun to watch. They got future pros and outstanding college players. And Iowa State and TCU finally, 2 top 25 teams that really, I think TCU is a team that's been slept on for a while, but now people have caught up as they, took Kansas to the very end. They beat other good teams in the Big 12. They beat Houston last weekend. Iowa State also a team that's very challenging to play against. Turns you over. I think that's going to be an outstanding game. 2 o'clock Eastern as well on the U.
Pearson for Lawal, and can't get it to go, and follow his own miss with a dunk.
Easy for me to say, why did he dunk the first one? I thought he was up high enough to just put it down.
Tried to get it to Hargrove, and it's going to be VCU possession.
You could tell predetermined, I'm going to throw this ball. I'm going to come off his ball screen. He's going to roll. I'm going to throw it. He left his feet. They were out of position. It was not a well-executed play. Another turnover as St. Louis just really, offensively, is very limited. And you're playing a very good defensive team in VCU.
Right. Look out, Bairstow. Nobody picked him up.
Easy press break.
Lawal, and now Bairstow's got it. Shulga has this guy does all the little things as well. Not to mention he's got 15 points, 2 off of Damascene for the team high tonight.
Well, that's why they've gotten so much better as the shot clock goes down. Damascene on them just stepped in and placed. They rolled, it sucked in some defense. He rolled right up, came right up the top of the key. Buries a triple. But the reason this team is so much better now than they were earlier in the year, and they're on the way of winning 7 of 9 now, is Medley cranks in a triple. Is Shulga was so reliant, too, they call it, too. They were so reliant on Shulga early in the season to score. There was so much that had to go through him. He'd force a lot of shots and need to make plays.
Hargrove. No. He's out of bounds.
I thought he was going to get there. I thought he was just going to tap pass it back. We'll see a series. Nobody steps up on Damascene replacing up top. Buried.
Medley up top of Thames. Fade away, got it. Some pressure, but VCU breaks it.
This
Nelson.
That's a clinic. This is what, like, Travis Georgian, what are you doing? He's right. If they're going to trap on one side, Parker has to leave his man and then go to the middle. He's supposed to pick up that next pass in the middle. There has to be rotation from the backside. Parker just hugged his man. So as soon as Nelson passed it, he was wide open. Yeah, not good, Bob.
No, not good. Shulga kicks it out. 20 for 3. Boy, everybody's doing it now. 20 for 3. That is the 9th three-pointer made for VCU tonight. 5 in the second half. They're 5 of 10.
And Kwani missed his first 17 threes of the year, folks, as Parker drills that one. 17 in a row. And he's now made 15 of his last 21. I've never seen that before. He's over 70% after starting that bad. Part of it, they said it's mental. They stay with it. And also Ryan Odom's coaching just continue to view him with confidence. I want you shooting. If you're open and you don't shoot it, I'll take you out for that, he told him, versus shooting when you're open. He busts out of that slump, and now he's a weapon.
I'm feeling bad for the team they played after he was over 17 that he started hitting. The coach was like, what's going on here? This guy's over 17, now he's draining him?
Yeah, the scout, he was not on the scouting report.
Yeah.
It was probably non-shooter.
Yeah,
let him get him
that guy open, yeah. Well, everybody's hitting for VCU here tonight. 3:53 remaining. They lead it big time here at home.
No, I didn't, sweetie.
You said they never stop talking.
Home and Auto with Progressive.
See?
Where is that bus?
She found it. The feeling of finding the psoriasis treatment she's been looking for. She found Sotyktu, a once daily pill for moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, for the chance at clear or almost clear skin. It's like the feeling of finding that outfit psoriasis tried to hide from you, or finding your swimsuit is ready for prime time. Dad, once daily Sotyktu was proven better, getting more people clearer skin than the leading pill. Don't take if you're allergic to Sotyktu. Serious reactions can occur. Sotyktu can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections, cancers including lymphoma, muscle problems, and changes in certain labs have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, liver or kidney problems, high triglycerides, or had a vaccine or plan to. Sotyktu is a TYK2 inhibitor. TYK2 is part of the JAK family. It's not known if Sotyktu has the same risks as JAK inhibitors.
Glorious. Beautiful. True.
Would you believe it?
The thrill of every win. The devastation of every loss. Nothing held back. All for the love of soccer.
All right, Atlantic 10 action here. The Flyers 4-0 in the league. How about Richmond? I mean, as well. Dayton's won 11 in a row. Richmond's on a win streak themselves.
They've won 7 straight, and they've really, they guard you, man. They guard you. Chris Mooney, outstanding coach, really well-coached team. There's a bunch of seniors, a bunch of veterans, and they transfer in Jordan King, who's co-player of the week this week in the A-10.
Yep.
Really just starting to hit their stride at the right time. It's been impressive to watch them. Coach Valentine at Loyola Chicago. That game against Fordham tomorrow, maybe a no-holds bar. Like this, Loyola Chicago makes a tough physical game. They really do.
Top of the hour here, coming up next as we are done with college basketball. The Australian Open, third round coverage coming your way as soon as we are complete here in Richmond. Just 3 minutes and 53 seconds away from this Friday night being in the books. Week 2 of 9 straight. Mike Corey, Dallin Cuff here in our home away from home, Richmond, Virginia. And normally we're good for like a snow game once in a while. We got a few flurries here, but not as bad as the Northeast.
Yeah, St. Bonaventure can give you a treat every now and again with travel, as Nelson is fouled. But yeah, we usually come here 3 or 4 times during this stretch. Get to Richmond proper in terms of university and or VCU, but.
Doubt about it. I mean, we can go back to COVID all we want, all the things that were
can we not?
adjusted. No, I know, but that happened. That affected it a little bit here as well, too, for some of the fans, season ticket holders, all that stuff. But you know, they're back. Students are back. It's always been one of the toughest places to play in the league. Still is.
Yeah, well, that's part of what's so great about the Friday night package is the venues in this league are great. Whether you're going to Dayton or VCU or St. Louis, St. Bonaventure is always on fire. Like you get so many great venues and unique places to be that are a lot of fun. So fortunate to be covering the league and look forward to seeing how things unfold this year. Dayton is the best team, but like you said, the league is deeper.
Right.
It's tougher to win night in and night out, so there's always going to be good games. Tonight, notwithstanding, I guess, at 22 points.
Yeah, well, I mean, this hasn't always been the case if, you're VCU, right? I mean, they've lost their last couple here at home.
Yeah, this is a big win. Like, they need to start to get right where the Siegel Center is a fortress again. They're protecting it.
Meadows picked up his 4th personal foul. And Bairstow picked up his 4th for VCU. Obviously, coming up here first, we'll mention the women's college basketball on Sunday. LSU and Arkansas, Angel Reese and company. It's 5 o'clock East. For St. Louis, where do you go here? You're going to drop the 1-4 in the A-10, 8-10, struggling to find offense, get guys back in the mix. What do you do?
Well, the challenge is for, as Travis Ford told us, they don't really have an identity now. They were trying to be a pressing team and outscore you and play fast, and then 4 games in, they have all these injuries. They didn't do that. We may want to explore going back to that, because I think that may give them a better chance of playing fast, loose, and free, and figure out how to generate some offense. And you may create it out of your defense, may need to make it a little more mucked up, because in a half-court game, Parker's going to take a tough one. They just don't have that many threats to score out of a standard half-court game. And defensively, they aren't that good. To help your offense, you usually got to get stops to play ahead of the defense. You can't get stops. You might want to speed the game up, of your own accord. And that's why you press. They're pressing now because the game's kind of out of hand. But if you did it consistently, it'd be worth seeing. But the problem also, too, is I keep speaking out both sides of my mouth. You say that, but when you play every 3 days or 4 days, it's hard to practice it and get guys in, A, to get you to know exactly what to do, and B, in condition to play that way. It is hard to play that way. We did that my sophomore year. We had a coaching change, and one of our coaches, Mike Bermucci, came from Manhattan. Who was Bobby Gonzalez was the coach then in Manhattan. They pressed all the time, so we, at Columbia, run around pressing people. Because we weren't as talented as some of the teams in our league, let's try to muck it up. Let's see what happens. And we had some success with that year, but it's hard, and you've got to learn how to play it, but also play through exhaustion and then be able to have a deep enough team that you can have guys come in and play 8, 9, 10 deep to maintain a level of pressing and still execute.
Yeah, I mean, completely altering or changing things up, right? Like you said, even mid-season and not having a lot of time to prepare or practice it. I mean, I always kind of laugh, too, and, they say, as Bamasiel just continues to fire away from three-point range, he does it again. He's got 6.
Well, this is showing why you need to practice the press, because they don't know where people are supposed to be. They keep getting it to the middle easily and then breaking it. Now Bamasiel wide open, buries a triple.
Adds to his career high. He's got 26 now. And Parker responds on the other end for St. Louis. Yeah, I always kind of laugh sometimes. Like, halftime adjustments and this and that. Like, yeah, well, I mean, if you're ready for it or you had it or you practice it, but like, how much can you really do sometimes in the flow of a game or even during the week? Like you said, we only have 2 days to kind of get ready for another opponent. I mean, it's asking a lot, isn't it?
Well, in the flow of the game, you could do a lot in terms of how you're doing stuff, but within your context of concepts of stuff you already do. So it's like, hey, we're going to start doubling the post, and we practice doubling the post all year. So here's how we double it. We're going to do that. Hey, we're going to start to play through the post. We're going to run these actions to get the ball into the post and play out of it. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Bamasiel again, he's on fire. But you can do things that you practice all the time and implement and dial them up and down. Going and pressing is something you don't do, and just tossing it out there. Yeah, that's throwing stuff against the wall.
What a night. And from three-point range as well for Bamasiel tonight.
And this again, just you're carving up that press. Bamasiel's able to walk right into a wide open 3. And Bamasiel stepping. recognize his career night because we talk about him coming in looking to get buckets off the bench. Man, he do his job well. And this team's trying to find out their roles. That's his role. Microwave, instant offense off the bench. Other guys are figuring out where they fit. And this team just keeps getting better. Now, winners are 7 of 9 when this thing goes final in just under 90 seconds.
Bell. Knocked there, offensive rebound Furman. He's fouled by Parker. Numbers in the second half here for VCU. 15 to 27 from the field, 55%, 7 to 12 from three-point range at 58%. A lot of that, of course, was Bamasil. And then 8 of 10 at the free throw line. So just getting it done in all areas and blocking shots early. Lawal was jumping through the roof here. And, you know, now if you're VCU, let's talk them, right? 1:19 seconds to go here. You're going to pick up this win. You're going to go 3-2 in the A-10, 11-7. A lot of people think, boy, this is like the last team that you want to contend with all these guys coming back. And I know they got a little bit of an uphill climb there with the net and all that stuff in the rankings, but still, I mean, they're capable of going on a run, and you don't want to play them come March.
Oh, not at all. You don't play them now, I don't think. And this is again for your first year. Coach and Ryan Odom, you lose your first 2 league games. You need this to continue to build and put the product on the court that people are going to turn out and have a clamoring to come see as Connor Odom trying to get a shot up. No foul call.
But there's been a lot of fouls, so yeah, they would have had no problem if they called that one there. But here is the other way, and that's Thames.
But just to finish that point, I mean, VCU has some, they beat a Penn State team that has had some decent wins. Their resume is not going to be what they need. They had some opportunities at Iowa State and Boise State. They're going to be tournament teams. But as they're able to turn it up here and start to play at a higher level and stack wins in the A-10, it's more about winning this league and then to maybe winning the tournament. That's what you still can punch your own ticket in. This team keeps getting better, and you're trying to continue to keep this level of excellence if you're Ryan Odom. This is a big, resounding win on national TV for your program.
Foul called. 29.6 left. Australian Open is coming up next as soon as we are complete here. 83 to 59 VCU. 29 for Bamasil tonight. 15 for Shulga. 11 for Nelson, who's in the starting lineup. By the way, they didn't have Zeb Jackson in this game tonight either. It's going to be pretty impressive, and we saw it. They're capable of putting up big-time numbers. And St. Louis, whose season low was 62 versus Southern Illinois, right now 60.
Tell you what, these fouls late, they're significant to some, Mike.
Well, it's a 24-point game.
Well, 146 points have been scored.
Sorry, I was thinking of the, yeah.
And they will let it bleed out.
So Nelson going to dribble it out here tonight, and VCU is going to get a very convincing 85-61 win over St. Louis. We've got a 3-2 in conference play, and
another home game here. Keep that energy going. This was an impressive team performance, and when Zeb Jackson gets back too,
look out.
Trajectory only going up.
Have a good weekend, man. We'll see you soon.
Appreciate you.
That's all for us. For Dallin Cuff, Mike Corey. So long from Richmond, Virginia. Thanks for watching. Right now, up next, the 2024 Australian Open. Have a great weekend, everyone.
And away we go. I welcome you to the Australian summer in all its glory, where the world's best chase the first Grand Slam title of the season, the Australian Open, known as the Happy Slam. Well, the final 16 spots in the fourth round are up for grabs this middle Saturday. The weekend is here, and patrons are ready for a Super Saturday. About 100,000 fans expected around the grounds. It's the single biggest tennis day in the Asia-Pacific region. Play is already underway. The NCAA champion of 2021, Emma Navarro, now the 4th-ranked American, Mary Jo Fernandez. Great trip down under into the 3rd round. Also picked up a title in Hobart, but Ystremska got her in 3.
Yeah. Ystremska came from the qualifying. She's played a lot of tennis, but she was on fire.
Your Wimbledon and a U.S. Open champion. But for the first time in his career, this young phenom actually is playing a younger player. 201 matches. He's going to see a team. Victoria Azarenka, champion here 2012 and 13, can taste week 2. She does best, just blasting away, and it's working so far in Aussie. Iga Swiatek rallied to stay alive against Danielle Collins. She's playing with house money now for the top seed. Makes her very dangerous. Daniil Medvedev finished at 3:39 a.m. 2 mornings ago. Soft hit yesterday, and he's back on court today. It's day 7 in the Australian Open, and play is underway, so let's go.
Welcome to the 2024 Australian Open. ESPN's coverage is presented by Chase Sapphire.
It's a dry day here. It's sunny, 77 degrees, and it's going to get warmer, climbing into the 80s today. One of the warmer days we've had this first week. Play around the grounds. Qinwen Zheng took the first set on Rod Laver Arena. Kecmanovic takes the first set off the semifinalist a year ago, the American Tommy Paul, 6-4. Chris Fowler and Nick Kyrgios are over there. We'll get to them shortly. And I begin with Mary Jo Fernandez, Kalinskaya, and Sloane Stevens. Stevens dropped the first set, or took the first set. Kalinskaya responded 6-1 strong second set.
This has been a really good match, very competitive. Kalinskaya actually had 4 set points in that tiebreak. Stevens competed extremely hard to win it 10-8, but Kalinskaya, Chris, in the second set was flawless. Only 1 unforced error. They have had grueling rallies. Kamau Murray coaching Sloane Stevens again. Remember, he was with her when she won the U.S. Open. He's been on his feet a lot in this match.
For the first time since Cleveland last summer, Sloane Stevens put together back-to-back wins. We saw how much it meant to her after a second-round victory. And the first set tiebreak was extremely high quality. And in fact, the first game of this third set, Sloane fought to win it and hold serve.
That's right. She had to save a break point. First ace for Sloane. Sloane's quite content just spinning that first serve in, doesn't really go after it that often. She's got to move her feet. She's got to keep adjusting. Got to look to hit the forehand. When Sloane's at her best, she's solid. She's a backboard, but then she's also using her power with the big forehand. What a get. What a defensive lob.
That's classic Sloane. She is known for those digs and those gets. She's so fast and so defensive.
And sometimes points like this can make such a big difference. She stabs at this one on the run. And it lands right on the line. Terrific defense.
And Sloane holds 2-1 third set. And we welcome you to our middle Saturday. It's a huge day here. And for the women, you see both Kalinskaya and Stevens, Mary Jo. Neither one a seeded player. Something very common we're
have two top 10 players, top seed Iga Swiatek and Ostapenko back in the top 10. She's the 11th seed, so a lot of opportunity for Sloane. Her career, the big match for me today, Chris, is Ostapenko-Azarenka.
against Ayla Tomljanovic the other day, but her first set, the 6.
So true, but Azarenka's never lost to her. They just played a couple weeks ago, 7-5 in the third. Azarenka's played her best tennis here in Australia, winning.
Also a little classic Ostapenko.
It's always
little fiery, little personality.
Something with her.
She threw it all in, but it was as.
Kalinskaya has 9 top 20 wins. Came close last year here in Australia to upsetting Danielle Collins. Got her ranking up to around 50 in the world, and then had a leg injury that kept her out of the French and Wimbledon.
What are her strengths, Mary Jo, other than so far proving very difficult to hit through?
That's just it. She's solid. She's got great. So it's up to Sloane to really construct the points well, be smart when she's aggressive. That's the perfect point. And that's a typical point that we've seen in this match, is extended rallies. Who can get ahead first? Who can open up the court with an angle or change the direction of the ball? And that angle does the trick in that last rally for Sloane. Quick to get around.
Now Stevens looking at break points.
Again, great discipline, patience from Sloane Stevens, waiting for the right opportunity to step in and be aggressive.
third set, 3-1. Kamal Merrier, coach, right there. Out on Kia Arena, one of the new arenas here at Melbourne Park. It's a great court. Pam Shriver's there. Pam.
It is a beautiful little court. It's just in its third Australian Open.
Played
The
all but
wind
20 minutes.
is not strong today, but every once in a while it does gust, and when it does, it favors the end. Sloane Stevens is on now, and Sloane is going to be serving right now with a break in hand, but up the tougher end. The serve, the sun is brutal at this time, about 20 past 1 in the afternoon. They're a great ball striking match, enhanced by the acoustics of this beautiful court.
Fell completely out of favor.
So it feels a little bit like an indoor court, Pam.
Yeah, it doesn't have a roof, but part of the structure is a large shaded area. So the entire upper deck of this little stadium has shade.
Bay is he can play anywhere on the back line. All right, so left-sided, right-sided, outside marking back, 3, 4. Again, preferred choice is one thing, but the ability to do it is another.
All right, Joe, even this tournament, you sometimes see the very confident Sloane, the aggressive Sloane,
Tata Martina, his coaching staff,
sometimes a little passive Sloane. What dictates which way she's going to play?
It's all about her confidence, really. I mean, we were shocked to see that she hadn't won a match here in the last 4 attempts.
The amount of eyes, the addition of...
So really what her mindset is
crediting any of that
dictates how she's going to play. And a lot of that has to do with how many matches she's been winning. And it hasn't been a lot. You've mentioned Cleveland. That was last summer, the last time she won back-to-back matches. But when she looks at her draw, Chris, there's so much opportunity. So many of the top players have gone on in this section.
So as we've gone on, and it's messy, it's all of a sudden, you know,
the winner of this match plays the winner of the Blinkova-Paolini matchup. Remember, Blinkova playing that historic tiebreak, like knocking out Rybakina.
The eyes, truly, of the world.
We'll see how she follows up that huge
the American
win.
Footballing landscape. It's the night for Nelson Bonilla is done. A bad showing for 33-year-old up top.
Vasquez, 21-year-old, takes his spot.
Really good court coverage from Kalinskaya.
Now a couple of break points
Waited a while
to get back on serve.
And a couple of huge forehands out here. We know Sloane, that was one of the strengths that got her that U.S. Open championship, and she's hit some beauty so far in this final set, but Kalinskaya is right there with her.
After a winless 2023, turning back to some of that young blood like Vasquez.
Oh.
A little extra nudge at the end of that as well. Tempers flaring here. Just the 2 yellows given, it seemed, to Gregory and to Darwin Cerén right away.
And we're back on serve.
Darwin Cerén will still be in this game.
Definitely a friendly game.
Middle Saturday coverage from Melbourne
here,
continues.
But there's the push through, and then there again as well. I mean, to be fair.
These are my tissue box covers.
Remember, tissues come in their own boxes. It's important for young homeowners to let go of the things turning them into their parents. There we go. Right, who's next?
I've been holding on to these pieces of crown molding because you never know when you're going to need them.
I do, and it's never. It can be a lot for them. You still own that car?
I do not.
Okay. Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
Empty tubs of butter are for recycling, not for my leftovers.
The deeper single pivot,
now, ADT professionally installed
you saw some side-by-side collaborative efforts
with Google Nest products.
Cool.
He seemed uncomfortable that high on a regular basis, Gregory. Not that he can't be there, but that's going to be a role that he's going to have to become more comfortable in, right?
And get intelligent alerts like when a package has arrived.
He is to be that mainstay that we had seen in so
most
many
trusted name in home security adds the intelligence of Google. You have a home with no worries. Brought to you by ADT.
You're right back in the friendly confines of what is really a 40-yard square. For him.
It's interesting that have playing alongside of him right now.
I welcome you back. A busy Saturday with an eye over on Margaret Court Arena, where the American Tommy Paul, the 14th seed, taking on Kecmanovic down an early set, the first set. So let's get a look with Chris Fowler and Nick Kyrgios.
Chris, thank you. Yeah, Paul, one of 3 American guys still left in the draw. Nick, I'm enjoying hanging out in the booth, but I was going to suggest that maybe you go down to courtside position and give a pep talk, get your Laver Cup teammate Tommy Paul fired up. He's been a little flat so far.
Yeah, definitely. You said it. He's been a little flat, but this is what a Grand Slam is. You know, you play these brutal matches in this brutal heat. You know, they can start going for 3-4 hours. So, you know, he's got plenty of time to turn this around. But Kecmanovic is a tough customer. He's not giving anything easy to Tommy out here. But yeah, look, I'll do my best. I mean, I'll be in his. I could get him going, that's for sure.
He saved 3 break points in his last service game. It's important. He got broken to open the second set, got the break back, but it's been a struggle, frankly, for both guys to hold serve easily.
Yeah, I think that's, you know, I don't think the court's playing super fast, and both these guys are very capable from the back of the court, so none of them really finding any rhythm. You know, there's been a lot of breaks in this match, but look, if Tommy gets, you know, back to where his level is, you know, I think he should be doing this a lot easier than it is right now.
Taylor, Kristoff will come in.
See if that hold is the spark that gets him going.
Really solid game thus far for Kalinskaya. Races to a 40-love lead.
Austin Sunderland as well.
Paul starting to play more solid, cutting down the mistakes, aiming for some bigger targets.
Yeah, big time. He's got one of the best forehands on the tour, and his backhand's so solid. I think he just needs to pick the right ball, be aggressive. Could be a confidence thing right now. He may not be seeing it as big as he was, but you know, he's getting there. He's showing some signs here, making some inroads on the Kecmanovic serve. 30-all.
That was an easy hold for Kalinskaya. We're at 3-all.
That's exactly what Sloane Stephens needs to do over here. Wait for the right shot to be aggressive.
Sunderland, 7 goals, 3 assists. That team really went as he went in the midfield as the year went along with the injuries to the first team, and he had to come up and be on that first team bench more often than not. The form of the second team suffered. The importance he had there and the impacts he could have here. So, players in front of him at different positions, which is just again a testament to the depth and player development of this club.
His first serve speed today is down an average of 9 miles per hour. So I'm not sure if it's a physical or just that's the way the tactics are so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kecmanovic is a tough customer, but you know, Paul might be just taking a bit off his first serve to increase his first serve percentage. But look, in my eyes, you know, he's got such a great serve and it sets up his forehand. I'd be telling him to go after it, try and get as many free points as possible. He's got a great second serve, great kick serve. But I think when Tommy Paul's playing his best tennis, it's aggressive. His first serve is going, and then he's proactive after that shot. He's using his forehand, try and really, you know, damage his opponent.
You mentioned the Weston Club earlier for Amin Kravoski. They've produced a national title winner.
Good point by Sloane, picking the right time here, change the direction with the down the line backhand. It's been a big shot for her in this match.
Almost every single player that has come through this academy system.
That's nice from Tommy Paul. Shows the quickness, the lateral speed, and he's got a chance to break.
Yeah, at that point there, you saw him. He really dictated with his forehand, and he's searching to come forward. He's got great hands. That's a great volley, not easy. Did enough with it.
MLS and Inter Miami and their academy system is just
this could be the
rewards.
The
Western Conference.
Turning point for TP.
Similarly, although
yeah, raise his energy, use the crowd.
Advanced by about 3 years for LAFC.
Run away with his second set, even this matchup.
I think Sloane needs a little energy right here. He's up 3-1 now. 3-off, 15-30, big
and just doing
point.
All they can to embrace that, rather than shy away from it in any way. So now is Farias, who went down holding his left leg. Tempers are still flaring here between Gregory and
Solidly played break point by Kecmanovic.
And a rare early mistake from Kalinskaya. That was a gift.
Doniga certainly got his steps in the technical area tonight for El Salvador in his first match in charge of this national team. Arias.
That was a nice second serve from Sloane Stevens. A point to hold.
Not much of an argument about it. He was the best of the three U22 initially signing players from last year between Avilés.
The level's definitely increased.
The impact he was able to have, the partnership he started to form with Messi.
That's that lead.
Produced 3 goals.
Kind of free swinging a little bit now.
In MLS play.
Sloane holds. Fought for it again. But she's hanging in there. And good positive energy. A couple of fist pumps to her box. Well done.
Keep you posted there. Kecmanovic has been solid facing the break point in this game, not letting
anytime you have a player
Paul grab the momentum as you thought he could.
Who has the talent, that's great, but can acclimate themselves to the overall field of play and what the conditions are like, right? So they're coming in and it's a heated game. Okay, that's one thing. It's physical, that's two. That tackle, by the way.
Holds for 2-0. Winner here, very likely to play Carlos Alcaraz in the round of 16. Teenager Jerry Shang is up next for Alcaraz. They'll be on Rod Laver a little bit later. It's getting tough for the Americans. The exit last night at Ben Shelton, 4 hours 46. Lost the 5th set at Manarino. Korda went out to Rublev. That was a tough matchup, so it's down to Paul Fritz.